All right, welcome everyone to week one. We're looking at atomic structure and bonding. That's our topic for the week one. And we have to have a little background. So we need to know what are elements, atoms, ions, and molecules. So what's an element? Okay, you must know that, you must have an idea. Elements are the building blocks of all substances. Elements are the building blocks of all substances and cannot be split into simpler units. Okay. There are 109 known elements, okay, as at the time of your textbook. Of course, there are more than that by now, but there are 109 known elements, and we use abbreviations to represent elements. All right, so now we know what an element is. They are just basic. Now, let's break it down. An atom. What's an atom? An atom is the smallest particle of an element. You've seen your elements, aluminium, copper, and coal. So the smallest particle of that element, which can take part in a chemical reaction. Example, oxygen. So this is an oxygen atom. This is the smallest part. You can't have anything smaller than this, except you're talking about nuclear chemistry, okay? So this is the smallest particle of the oxygen element. So when it combines, combined oxygen and which can take part in the chemical reaction. So it's taking part in the chemical reaction to give you oxygen molecule, all right? For example, to tell you this, how small an atom is, okay? A human hair is about 1,000,000 carbon atoms wide. So if you arrange 1,000,000 carbon atoms, if you arrange them, 1,000,000 of them, it is just going to give you the thickness of a human hair, single strand, okay? So that's how tiny, microscopic an atom is. Now, what about a molecule? A molecule is the smallest particle of a substance that can exist alone and still possess chemical properties of that substance. Okay, so an atom is the smallest part that can react, while a molecule is the smallest particle that can exist alone. Okay, right? Okay, so molecules are made up of atoms of the same element. For instance, oxygen. So this is when you have two oxygen atoms combining, like you have up here. Oxygen atom plus oxygen atom combines to form an oxygen molecule. So this is a molecule. Okay, so molecules are made up of atoms or different elements, as in water. So water has two atoms of hydrogen and an atom of oxygen chemically combined. So this is a molecule of water and this is a molecule of oxygen. So molecules are made up of atoms of the same element or different elements. How about an ion? An ion is any atom or group of atoms which possess an electric charge. Right, so we said that a molecule is the smallest particle of a substance that can exist alone. So oxygen cannot exist as an atom. So it likes to pair up. It's unstable as an oxygen atom. So it pairs up to form a molecule. Oxygen gas, we call this O2, oxygen gas. So this oxygen gas, this is the way oxygen exists as a molecule, O2. It's not stable as an atom. So it likes to, so as I say, the molecule is the smallest particle of a substance that can exist alone. So this is the stable way oxygen exists as a molecule, as two atoms of oxygen. And then we say, what's an ion? It's any atom or group of atoms. Like in this case, we have potassium ion. All right, so still on ions. An ion is any atom or group of atoms which possess an electric charge. Why does it possess an electric charge? Because it has lost or gained electrons. So in the case of the potassium, remember K is a symbol for the potassium element, right? So this potassium has lost an electron. So when they lose an electron, they become positively charged, okay? Because you have more protons than electrons in that atom. So it becomes a potassium ion. It's no longer a potassium atom. So we have calcium has lost 2, so it becomes calcium 2+. And then we have group of atoms. So we have nitrogen and hydrogen here. So we call this a radical. So a group of atoms that is charged, we call it a radical. Negatively charged ions. Okay, so negative charged ions are called anions. Okay, just like positive charged ions are called cations. So this is the potassium cation, this is the calcium cation, this is an ammonium radical. So ammonium cation, it's positively charged group of atoms containing nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so called ammonium ion. Okay, how about negatively charged? We have chloride ion. Now when the chlorine atom gains an extra electron, becomes negatively charged. Okay, so chloride ion, negatively charged. Oxygen ion, then a radical, this is a negative radical, that's nitrogen, and so this nitrate, track the nitrate 5 ion.